Fighter 6. Fighting round. One-on-one.
Next up, stage selection. Our fighters will want to pick the appropriate character for this match.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, let's get it.
Both sides ready to roll, and we're getting into the match.
When it's all said and done, they gon' call me a legend. I love to break bread, but I'd rather break records.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Let me have some fun.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with a projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Knockdown. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Trying to read each other here? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Springs forward with a drive rush. Goes forward with a burnout. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player 1 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? A drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Shoots off a fireball up close. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Brings out the super art. How is it gonna work out for them? Player 1 can spend their meter to turn this around. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Drive rush takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Goes for the super art? That's not gonna hit. Gets the jump in. A quick breather. Gets him. Both fighters have claimed a round each. Who will get to match point first? From up above. Beginning of the round. What will our fighters do? They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Is the fireball part of the corner game? Brings out the level 3 super. When you go for it, you gotta go big.
What's wrong? Get up.
They just went for it with that. Oh!
This is it.
Right there's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. In there! Player 1 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on?
Sure you can.
Long low attack hit. Uses their drive to maximize their damage. Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. Player 2 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Our fighters are out of... just goes for it at this range. A quick breather. Now, can they finish the job? Gosh, no. Oh, wow. A super art? The super doesn't hit. They decide to take a breather. They're going for the super art? Going in. Burnout activates. They return impact. Squat. In there. The fighters have matched each other blow for blow. This fight will be decided in this final round.
Final round. Fight.
The jump-in is denied. Awesome. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Fires without warning. That feeling out phase is over. All in with the rush. Up drive rush. Closes the distance. Quick burns out. Player 2 throw tech. Give me a raw super hard incoming. Player 1 may be able to pull up the crowns him from above.
Shit.
Oh, They gotta bust out the protractors, bust out the rulers, and think of a plan while this damage plays out. Player 2, I called it! I called it! It is over! I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. Solid anti-air! That combo did decent damage. Tate springs forward with the drive rush. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. This is the range with this super art connect. Starting something with the super. Somehow pushes back all the drive rush to keep it going. Knockdown. They don't need to go for anything big. Even a light tap could win this round. Finishes it with the anti-air. Player 1 wins the first round, but they'll need to stick to their game plan in order to win. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Consistent anti-air is huge because shutting down the air game will let you dictate the pace of the match much easier. Player 1 has the meter lead. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. Does a good job of experiencing burnout. Roughing up the body. Opts to spend the super meter here. The big flex. The broken jaw. Big Shoryuken.
This is the path I have chosen.
Player 2, a super art. Opts with a level 1 Vulcan blast. Player 2 drops him to half, closing the gap. Comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player 1 straight up put their opponent on a post. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Nails the anti-air. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Player 2 has a slight life lead. Knockdown and... that's a counter. Not much life difference. Flash knuckle. Player 2 can't use. They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Sets up with the jump in. Jingu Hadouken. Going in. Oh, yo! Rock super hit. Forward rush. Player 1 is in a very turned out. Put the fear of God in it. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Medium kick hit. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? Player 2 is using their drive liberally. If the drive gauge is completely empty, the player will enter burnout and won't be able to use drive for a period of time. So it's vital to not let that happen. Player 1 pushes the... This is a huge chance to make them feel it. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Goes for a drive rush. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Oh, easy tech. That tech's what you get when both sides go in on the throw. Got a ton of damage off that opening. Can they do it again? They can't squander this punish counter tank. Who will capitalize? Springs forward with it in there. Player 2 wins the first round, but they'll need to stick to their game plan in order to win. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Parries the attack, and a parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. Both fighters looking to cook them up, weaving that super art into the combo. Spends the whole meter to try and score some ridiculous damage. How will this impact things? Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. Player 1 can spend their meter to turn this around. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very... They couldn't shake the projectile. Player 2 is feeling it. Match point.
Round 3.
Shows the medium kick. Checks him with the projectile. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Level 3 super! Spending that meter like it's nobody's business.
What's wrong? Get up!
Player 1 just put themselves on equal, springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Out of drive gauge, now's the time. Dash attack, they're going for the super art. Goes for the level 2 super eraser. Set up the punch attack. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Got him betting it all on the drive round. What a parry! Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? What a sick counter! It's like they knew exactly what was gonna happen.
Loop!
Player
Fighting round. 1-on-1.
Time to select a stage. We are at the character select screen. Let's see who our fighters choose. Open those shutters. We're ready to fight.
Started from the bottom and I'll never look back.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
This will be a good fight. Round 1. Fight!
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Was that a good decision? Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Plenty of life left in both fighters, but a big difference in drive. How can they use this to their advantage? If the drive gauge is completely empty, the player will enter burnout and won't be able to use drive for a period of time, so it's vital to not let that happen. I think both fighters want to keep an eye on their drive gauge and try to refill it whenever they can. Can't tech the throw? Both players with no drive in the tank. Tries to keep, goes for the super art? The super doesn't hit! Life lead opens up. The quarter makes it hard to his KO. Player 2 wins the first round, but they'll need to stick to their game plan in order to win. Goes for the rush down to start. They're on a mission. Player 2 has the life advantage.
No good up high.
Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Are they trying to bait out the jump? They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Checks them with a projectile. All right, what's coming up next? They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Spends the gauge, opts for the critical art! Low on life, but not low in spirits as the critical art comes into play. This could shift things in the match drastically. Knockdown. Life lead opens up. Will this super art connect? Impacts a no-go. In there! Player 1 is making this look so easy. Decides to create some distance to start. Gets right in there. Okay, they trade hits. Player 2 has the life advantage. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 2, ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Goes for the Shin Hashogeki. Still KO. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. This is crucial. The opening round is about to begin. Decides to puff up while they can. Player 2 with the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Taking stock. Player 1 chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Projectile to try and change the situation. Burnout activates. Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 1 picks up the first round. It's still anyone's fight, so they can't get complacent here. Checking their opponent. Starts with a jump in. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Are they trying to bait out the jump? Does a good job of pushing back. All right, what's coming up next? Snares them. Oh, they needed to block that from behind. Super on deck for both fighters. Expectus brings out the super arm. How's it gonna work out for them? A knife. Will this super arc connect? The super doesn't hit. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Player one chases him down. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Life lead opens up. KO! Player two is making this look so easy. Hits him with a stop and pop. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital. Goes for the rush. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Long low attack springs forward with the drive leg. Goes for the Shin Hashogeki. Player two looking to impress with this super. Looking for a chance. A quick breather. Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Sandblast. This is gonna hurt. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. So little in there. I smell a comeback in the works. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player one was kept on their toes all round and didn't utilize their drive gauge efficiently. You may see them pay a bit more attention to that as we head into the next round. Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive arm. Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. Gets a risky buff in. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Drive gauge on deck. Arm overhead. Just goes for it at this range. Looking for a chance. Shows immediate hit. This is gonna be bad news. Player two can't use it. There's a burnout. What's this Shinji Hado gonna do? Sets up with the jump in. They gotta dig down deep. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. Flatline zone. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Surprises them with a drive rush. Moves performed off a drive rush get extra plus frames, making for a potentially high return. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Knockdown. Pulls off the parry in the corner. Stops the attack by using a drive. Heats it up with a combo into super. He takes a big gamble and rips out a raw KO. Player two picks up the first round. It's still anyone's fight, so they can't get complacent here. How will this round turn out? No good up high. Player one really suffered there in the corner for a while. How can they avoid being put there this round? Both players have near empty super art gauges. Whoever can build theirs up first may have a big advantage here. Player two has a slight life lead that they may sit on. All right, what's coming up next? Does a good job of pushing back. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. The attack is parried. Mistimed the perfect parry, but is still safe. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both sides. Hold your breath. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Both fighters planning something? Each hit is so important here. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Throws a fireball. KO! Player one is making this look so easy. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital. Sandblast! Player two will look to apply pressure here. Going in, scrapping it out up close. They're trading attacks. Rising uppercut. One mistake here is all that's needed to finish. Burnout activates. Player 2 will Shinku Hadouken! Both fighters planning something? Player 1 has the deck stacked against them. Can they squeeze out a win here? Looking for a chance. Close range project fires off the Shinku Hadouken. The super doesn't hit. Are we gonna see a comeback here? These fighters are swinging for control of the match. Who's gonna come tap to close it? Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Fighting ground. One-on-one.
What stage will they choose?
Training room.
Now that we know our stage, it's time to select the characters.
All right, let's get it.
Time to heat up.
Both sides ready to roll, and we're getting into the match. This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Checks with the projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where's this match gonna go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strike. Player 2 is in burnout. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Player 2 must be feeling good after that super, but they gotta keep on the gas. Hits with the overhead. Experience in there! Player 1 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Trips him up. Sticks the combo. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Did this super art connect? Oops, they were anticipating that super art. Can they turn to experiencing burnout? Up tap to close it. Takes one back. Both sides bringing it down. Steps back to start things off. Beginning of the round. What will our fighters do? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Wow, shut down. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Heats it up with a combo into super. Can they turn things around here with a super? KO! Player 2 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on?
Round 4.
Goes for the jump in to start. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Medium kick. Springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Player 2, drive rush to keep it going. Jump, side switch in the corner. They must have a game plan here with the critical art on deck, but executing that plan is the key. Experiencing burnout. Too slow. Yo, we're dealing with a real gambler here. Low on life and is still willing to risk it all on this critical art to deal the cash money damage they need. Amazing! Will this super art do anything? What were they thinking? Player, oh, snipe! A fireball at that range? Player 2 comes away with the win. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Are they trying to beat out the jump? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Goes for the fireball. All right, what's coming up next? Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Their super art gauge is running on empty. That's going to be a big fat KO. Player 2 may have taken the first round, but you can be sure that there will be adjustments on both sides. A brave forward jump there to start. The cross-up's good. Tried a standard block and got hit with the cross-up. Gets the jump in. Does a good job of pushing back. Takes a trip. Burnout activates. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. They just went for it with that super. This may be the start of their counter-offensive. Jumps in. And if they're going for the super art from up above, KO! Takes one back. Both sides bringing it down. Goes to the overdrive. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Goes for a drive rush. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Player 2 chases them down. Very solid corner switch. Player 1 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. One fighter's drive gauge is just about brings out the super art. How is it gonna work out for them? Brings out the level 3 super. When you go for it, you gotta go big. Player 1 springs forward with a drive rush. Knockdown takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 2 just put themselves on equal footing with that super. Nobody blinked. Oh God, this is tense. It's in there. Player 1 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on? Smart play with the throw. Jumps up. Goes with the safe stuff with that target. Knockdown and medium kick. Flash knuckle. Doesn't hit. They're going for the super art? That's not gonna hit. Medium kick hits. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. But the throw connects. A super art? The super doesn't hit. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. This can lead to some big damage. That combo finishes it. This match ain't over yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Just frame knuckle. Excellent damage on that. Nothing stops this train. Punish counter on reaction. Player 2 is on the brink of disaster. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale.
Yo, you good?
Player 2 is in burnout state, a very precarious situation. This is where we get raw super art incoming. Excellent read. Perfect execution with the anti. It is over. Player 2 comes away with the win.
Round 1.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. Sandblast from upstairs. Sticks the combo. The jump-in is denied.
Where you go?
Solid combo. Decent damage. What's next? Player 2 is it, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Neither of them willing to back off. Takes a trip. Gets out of there with a backdash. Going in. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Drive usage is back on the table. KO. Player 2 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag. Had the radar up and running.
Where you going?
Goes for an overhead. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? brings out the level 3 super. When you go for it, you gotta go big. They just went for it with that super. This may be will this super art connect? Both fighters planning something? Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? KO. Player 2 is feeling it. Match point. Immediate jump in. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Blossom! Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Digs in deep to get that drive. Near empty drive gauges will greatly affect both players. It's time to go in. The Pale Rider snatches them. They're looking to end things right here. A daring impact to wrap up the round. Player 2 survived that tense mirror match.
Fighting round. 1-on-1.
Next up, stage selection. Now that we know our stage, it's time to select the characters.
All right, I'm ready.
Our fighters have selected their characters, and they're ready for business. We're about to see a mirror match go down, where they can match each other move for move. This is the hardest kind of match. Who will come out on top?
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Goes for the throw. That was a solid anti-air. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Takes the chance to hurt him. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Taking stock. Life lead opens up. Neither of them willing to back off here. Are they thinking about how to steal this round? Shinku Hadouken! Gets him. Player 1 must feel very confident going into the later rounds after that win. Goes for the rush down to start. They're on a mission. Deal some damage with that quick combo. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Consistent anti-air is huge because shutting down the air game will let you dictate the pace of the match much easier. Spends the gauge on the drop, experiencing burnout. Heading into this super art connect. Player 1 has a super ready. Can they opt to spend the super meter here? Yo, we're dealing with a real gambler here. Low on life and is still willing to risk it all on this critical art to deal the cash money damage they need. Player 2 can't. They're going for the super art. Comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player 1 is winning with the greatest of ease. Are we going to see some fire? Hits them with a stop and pop. Doesn't miss a beat. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. A quick breather. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Still scrapping for control of the space. Barely blocks the jump in. Gets a risky buff in. All in with a rock. What's this Shinku Hado gonna do? Both sides getting ready. Touch the fireball to continue their hold over their zone. Hanging on for dear life. The projectile hits. Fantastic positioning on show during that round. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. The low kick is blocked. Player 1 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. What did they think? Down to the wire. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. The drive takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. With this super art connect, that's not gonna hit. Burnout activates. Player 2 needs to hold out and in there. Player 1 must feel very confident going into the later rounds after that win. Goes for the rush down to start. They're on a mission. Goes for the fireball. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corners. And now they can create some big chances to do damage. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Neither of them willing to back off here. Player 1 has a super leg. Burnout activates. Feeling the second wind blowing in as the critical art goes for the slicing dice to make everything so nice. Player 2 has they're going for the super art. Hits up the counter. This is the counterattack connects. Great sense to take advantage of even the smallest opening. Takes one back. Both sides winging it now. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 2 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. Goes for the drive rush there. Player 2 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there. Player 2 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on? Goes for the rush down to start. They're on a mission. Player hits a good spot to use the super. Gets a risky puck in. Took him to the corner in a flash. Barely blocks the jump in. Jump. Knockdown and that throw is gonna take off a chunk of damage. Not much for KO. Player 2 gained a hard-fought victory there. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Nice, perfect parry there. What'll they do next? Shows the overhead. Deal some damage with that quick combo. All right. Checks him with the projectile. Player 2, oh! It's not over. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how Patience takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Projectile to try and change the situation. Snipes them out the air. Player 2 picks up the first round. It's still anyone's fight, so they can't get complacent here. Beginning of the round. What will our fighters do? Player 2 has the life advantage. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Taking stock. Perfect. Takes the round without getting touched.
This fist is everything. Round 3.
Nails the anti-air. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Was looking for that jump attack. Risky. Oh, what's this? Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. It's back with the drive attack on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Player 1 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Solid anti-air. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive on it. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Snug in the break, dashes out the cage right there. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Lifelines in. I smell a comeback in the works.
Round 4. Fight.
fireballs right from the get-go. Gets a risky butt in. Going on the offensive? You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. How can they steal this win in such a precarious digs in deep to get that drive? Gets the combo. Throws range projectile. This is the ideal range. Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Going in. Player one is in a very good spot. Experiencing burnout. No! Stand off the wall! This Shin Hashogaki is gonna steal. Closes it out. Player two survived that tense mirror match.
Fighting round. Extreme battle.
All right, let's get it.
The sidelines. Gotta make my own highlights. It's time to heat up for the fight of my life. Show 'em what I
All right, I'm ready.
started from the bottom and I'll never look.
All right, you ready?
This will be a good fight. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Ryu wins. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Shoryuken! Right there! Take left! Ryu wins! Round one. Fight!
Oh, you shouldn't have.
It's not over.
I'm
fighting ground. Practice versus extreme battle.
Y'all tired of playing the sidelines. Gotta make my own highlights.
All right,
It's time to
I'm
heat
ready.
up for the fight of my
All
life.
right,
Show 'em what
I'm
I
ready.
got, 'cause you know that it's my time. Brought till I fall, boy. Give it my all, boy. Got me feeling like I can fight 'em all, boy. The time has come, the bell is run. No weekends, yeah, you know that I'm a star. With my blood, sweat, and tears.
All right,
I've
let's
been
get it.
struggling for years. I'm saying I'm one of the few.
All right, let's get it.
Vision myself for champion. What the
Round one. Fight.
Fighting uppercut! Shoryuken! Fighting uppercut! Sloppy! This is it! It's not over! Right there! A Shoryuken! What's the move? Where you going? Take this! This low! Take this! Where you going?
Round two. Fight. Luke wins. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Luke wins. Round one. Fight.
This is my chance! It's not over!
Round two. Fight.
Yeah!